season. And there were a lot of upsets this week. At least, maybe not upsets, but compared to what I predicted. Now, if you didn't see it, I did not make a video prediction. Last week I posted an image of my predictions. I was unable to sit down and record a video, unfortunately. So I posted, my predictions, and as I'm looking now, I got a lot of these wrong. Let's talk about one of the ones I got right, though, to start the week off. And that is the Denver Broncos versus the Las Vegas Raiders. I said Denver would win, and they did. And man, oh man, Bo Nix has made me completely eat my words. Early on in this season, I thought he really looked bad. I thought he did not look confident at all behind, throwing the ball beyond the line of scrimmage. He basically wasn't allowed to do so. And I thought he was really struggling early in the year. He has completely turned that around in a big way. So I saw this tweet from Bleacher Report. Bo Nix in September, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, 2-2 record. Bo Nix since September, 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 5-3 record. He's looking really good. I thought that Jaden Daniels was basically going to be a lock for Offensive Rookie of the Year. The Commanders are 7-5-0. He's had a couple of big games, and he got his name out early. He was better earlier than Nix. But the Broncos are now also 7-5-0. Bo Nix is also a force. And let me see, have the odds changed at all? Because Jaden Daniels was running away with it last I saw. Okay, so Jaden Daniels is still the favorite at -135. Bo Nix is a +110. And Caesars has him at -101. So he's closing the gap. And then your third best odds is Brock Bowers with +2500. So it's either going to be Nix or Daniels. And I love both those guys. They've been super exciting to watch. But this is super exciting for Broncos fans, obviously, and the fact that you have these 2 quarterbacks in this draft, these 2 rookie QBs, that out of the gate year 1 are playing at such a high level is really, really exciting. This game, Denver Broncos won it 29-19. Bo Nix had 25 completions, 42 attempts, 273 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Gardner Minshew had 25 completions and 42 attempts, 230 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Las Vegas has lost 7 games in a row. Now I thought that Minshew hurt himself, but is that not right? It's looking like it's not. I don't know why I thought that he got injured. I thought Minshew got hurt, but apparently that's fake news, I guess. I don't know. Another game I got the prediction right. I was actually not super confident in this pick. Seahawks versus Cardinals. I was kind of 50-50 on this. If I'm being honest, I would have even leaned Cardinals a little bit, but I decided to be a homer and pick the Seahawks. And I'm glad I did, because we won this game. And I think at the moment we look like the best team in the NFC West. It helps that every other team in our division has lost this week and we won with an in-division win at that. But a lot of the issues that we were having early in the season seem to have turned around and aren't as bad anymore. Especially the offensive line. The defense is not as bad at the moment. I'm not saying it's 100% fixed, but this game was really, really good by Seattle for like a complete game on both sides of the ball. As soon as that Kyler Murray pick six happened, that kind of felt like the ball game. There was still a little bit, about a quarter and a half left. But at that point, I was pretty happy pretty confident we were gonna win the game, because it was a low-scoring affair pretty much up to that point. Without that pick six, it would have been 9-6 final score, right? Yeah, 9-6. So not a high-scoring game. But what I do really appreciate is Michael Dixon, the punter. He has continued to be one of the best punters in the entire NFL, and I feel like he really goes under the radar quite a bit. There were 6 times in this game where Dixon punted the ball to Arizona behind their 20-yard line. 6 different drives off of punts where Arizona started behind their own 20. Like, he was just really hemming them in offensively, which I know some people, it's not like a glamorous position, but a good punter is so important to being a successful team, and Dixon was really good. Not to mention this game, this kind of felt like Jackson Smith and Jigba's coming out party. As much as I love my guy DK Metcalf, he's one of, if not my favorite player in the league right now. I feel like JSN is better wide receiver 1 potential. He's a little bit more dynamic. He feels like he has more tools. He's a better route runner. And he had a huge impact on this game overall. 77 yards off 6 receptions. Just an absolute monster. We win this one 16-6. Seattle is leading the NFC West. Kyler Murray had 24 completions on 37 attempts, 285 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 pick. Geno Smith had 22 completions on 31 attempts, 254 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Let's go to a game that I was wrong about, shall we? Firstly, let me take a sip of my drink here. That's good. Steelers versus Browns. I thought the Steelers would win this one. They've been an absolute wagon. I was wrong. The Browns won this one. I didn't realize this was going to be a snow game. I'm not sure if that ultimately would have impacted my decision making, but I didn't realize the weather would be as bad as it was in this game. Now what's funny is I have a friend who's He's a big Jameis Winston fan. And we were actually talking about this game live as it was happening. And he sent me this message that I have to say to you guys now because it's so funny. Sorry, so just scroll back through our messages. Sorry, I did not realize. Hold on, I'm gonna keep scrolling here. So, there was a point where I messaged him, this was at the fourth quarter. I said, guess what Jameis Winston just did? Down one, just past the 50-yard line, with 4 minutes left in the game. And he said, he threw an interception. And I said, that's alright. And then he said this, I'm not lying to you. He said he will get it back with 1:13 to go and lead a drive like you've never fucking seen. 48 seconds, 4 plays, 75-yard touchdown, try to do a 2-pointer and fumble the snap. And I said, that's so funny. And my friend replied, you're laughing, but it's ordained. And then I sent him the screenshot of this, which is when they got they were 3rd and 1 on the 45. And I said, well, I got them there. And then I sent him the next screenshot, which was the Nick Chubb touchdown. And I said, it's ordained. And then I sent him 2-point conversion attempt fails, because the 2-pointer failed. And my friend sends me this, of course. We all know this. Let's go. And he said, I just know Jameis Winston football. Which is so funny. Because, like, he's genuinely a Jameis Winston fan. And that was so accurate. He sent another message, too. Jameis Winston, or 0 for 9 on 3rd downs and 4 for 4 on 4th downs is such a Jameis Winston stat. And it is a Jameis Winston stat, and that's why we love Jameis Winston football. So, as much as I wasn't upset that the Steelers lost, because I'm not like a fan of either team, right? But you know, I would have preferred to have gotten it correct for my percentage, but that was quite funny. And the Browns win this one 24-19, like I said, off of a Nick Chubb rush. Russell Wilson had 21 completions on 28 attempts, 270 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 picks. Jameis Winston had 18 completions on 27 attempts, 219 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Then let's talk about the Giants for a moment, shall we? So earlier this week, Daniel Jones was released from the Giants. He has cleared waivers and it's seeming like he wants to sign with a playoff team. And Tommy DeVito was named QB1 in place of Drew Lock, and it seems like basically this entire sequence of events went down very poorly with the Giants' locker room. And the funniest possible outcome is is Daniel Jones going and having a season somewhere else, like Saquon Barkley is currently having this season, which of course we'll touch on later. But all that is to say, the Buccaneers played the Giants. I picked the Buccaneers to win, and they did. And there was a moment where Baker Mayfield has this great rushing touchdown, gets it into the end zone and then copies Tommy DeVito's celebration. Tommy cutlets himself. He's mocked by Baker Mayfield. I didn't realize there was bad blood between those two. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Maybe he's friends with Daniel Jones. I don't know, but just a very funny and sort of ridiculous moment in this game. Buccaneers win this one pretty easily, 30-7. Baker Mayfield has 24 completions on 30 attempts, 294 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks. Tommy DeVito, 21 for 31, 189 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks. I'm honestly shocked they're going with DeVito over Drew Lock. Drew Lock is a better quarterback. It feels like everything the Giants are doing right now is for monetary purposes, and I don't know, if I was a Giants fan, I feel like I'd be pretty upset about the way things have been transpiring. Lions, Colts. I picked the Lions to win this one, pretty much a no-brainer at this point. They do, 24-6. Jared Goff goes 26 for 36, 269 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks. Anthony Richardson, 11 for 28, 172 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 picks. I was unable to watch that game, unfortunately. Now let's talk about a game that's kind of rattling a fan base. I don't know if it's this game itself, or if it's kind of the culmination of this season, but Texans fans are not that happy at the moment. Which is funny because they are leading their division. They're first the AFC South, but a lot of Vikings fans. Realistically, it's probably just the very vocal social media fans, but they are being very, very critical of CJ Stroud this season. And, you know, you do have to admit he has taken a step back from where he was his rookie year. His rookie year, he was extremely, extremely dominant. And this year he has not lived up to that same level, especially with the interceptions he's been throwing this year. And if it weren't for the Will Levis pick 6 that happened in the third quarter, this would have been an even bigger blowout for Tennessee. They would have won this 32-20 instead 32-27. And CJ Stroud, I think, is a big part of why the team is struggling, although not obviously the only reason. The Texans' offensive line has really struggled, which is funny because the Texans are one of the, we call them winners of the offseason. I even sort of bought into the hype a little bit. They brought in some names. It felt like they were trying to build a team to contend for a Super Bowl, but it's just not, it isn't a Super Bowl winning team at the moment, and so I took the L on that prediction. 32-27 in favor of the Titans is your final score. Will Levis has 18 completions on 24 attempts, 278 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, which is that big 6 I mentioned earlier. CJ Stroud has 20 completions on 33 attempts, 247 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, and he was also sacked for a safety. So, not a great game overall for Mr. Stroud. Dolphins versus Patriots. I picked the Dolphins here. The Dolphins always beat the Patriots, even when the Dolphins are bad and the Patriots are good. And they beat them here 34-15. Drake May, 22 completions on 37 attempts, 222 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Tua Tagovailoa, 29 completions on 40 attempts, 317 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Great game for Tua Tagovailoa, probably his best game since coming back from his concussion. Although, I don't know, playing against the Patriots, it's pretty easy to have great games nowadays. So. Alright. Cowboys versus Commanders. This game was a bit of a heartbreaker for me. I'm not really a Commanders fan. I'm a big Jane Daniels has turned me into a big Jane Daniels fan. And coming into towards the end of this game, it felt like the Commanders were in a good spot to win this. They go for the field goal. They were down. What were they down at the time? Hold on. They were down at 1 point. Yeah, they were down 1 point, 27-26. They had a field goal, the ball on about the 23-yard line, down a point, 21 seconds left. That's pretty much the most automatic it can get for a field goal, and the Commanders were going to win after a pretty solid game overall. If not maybe a little bit quiet from Daniels, but I was like, alright, Commanders got this, Jane Daniels got this. Nope, they sure don't got this. They missed like a 24-yard field goal, missed. And then the Commanders attempt an onside kick. They're like, okay, we're going to try and get the ball back. And the Cowboys recover the onside kick and run it in for the touchdown to win this game 34-26, which is just crazy. And this is a game that had 2 kick return touchdowns, though obviously one of them was the onside kick, but just an absolutely crazy ending to this game. A brutal loss for the Commanders. They should be 8-4 right now, but no, instead they're 7-5. And Cooper Rush picks up his first win of the season in his second start as a Cowboy. Cooper Rush has 24 completions on 32 attempts, 247 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Jane Daniels 25 for 38, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Now I'm realizing now the Jets didn't play this week, so I have to talk about this now. I was going to talk about it when I talked about the Jets, but so they fired Joe Douglas, and sort of the meme that came out of that is, okay, well now Aaron Rodgers is just sort of officially the GM. He was already basically doing whatever he wanted with the team, but now he's really going to be able to do whatever he wants with the team. And that was 6 days ago, Joe Douglas gets fired. 2 days ago, Ruzzini puts out a report. Aaron Rodgers still wants to play next year, but he's done in New York. So this dude comes to New York, gets hurt his first game, comes back the next season, basically completely remakes the team, do exactly what he wants, brings all of his best friends in, fires the coaches he doesn't like, fires the GMs he doesn't like, and then he's gonna just leave. Now, I've already been an Aaron Rodgers hater basically my entire life, and I openly admit to not liking Aaron Rodgers, so I may be harsher on him than others. But I feel like even if you are neutral on Aaron Rodgers, or even if you like the guy, you have to admit that is a really weak move to make all these changes, like force all these things, bring all these guys in. And now that it's not working, be like, okay, I gotta go now. It's just kinda lame. I don't know. Anyways, let's talk about the Vikings and the Bears. I picked the Vikings here, and they do win, but the Bears have looked better in these last 2 games against higher quality opponents than they did the week before against a weak opponent, which is really weird. I don't know what Chicago's doing at the moment. It's like you're trying to win the games you should be losing. You're trying to lose the games you should be winning. But this game does go to overtime. The Vikings win it by 3. Sam Darnold 22 for 34, 330 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Caleb Williams 32 for 47, 340 yards, 2 touchdowns. 0 picks, really good game from Caleb Williams. Good QB rating, no interceptions, a lot of yardage, and against a good defense too. Chiefs, Panthers, I picked the Panthers here. I picked this as a joke, just because, as I explained in my post in the last couple weeks, in my mind it's just the funniest possible outcome if the Panthers with Bryce Young keep winning every game after his benching and then coming back. But the funniness stopped here, the jokes ran out. Bryce Young lost this game, although he had a decent game, but the Chiefs win it by 3, 30-27. Patrick Mahomes, 27 for 37, 269 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. Bryce Young, 21 for 35, 263 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 picks. Real quick, I want to talk about this Eagles game. Saquon Barkley is an absolute beast. I picked the Eagles to win this. They do win it. And I think Saquon Barkley might be our MVP. Let me look at our MVP odds at the moment. I wonder, because like I know it often defaults to QBs, but I don't know. I guess Josh Allen at the moment, eh? So regular season MVP. Josh Allen has the best odds, then Lamar, then Goff, then Saquon. Well, Saquon and Goff are the same odds, so he's tied for 3rd best odds. Josh Allen's in the lead at the moment. But then offensive player of the year, Saquon Barkley is like the clear favorite. But Lamar Jackson is 4th on that list, so it's like a quarterback is an offensive player, right? So if Josh Allen is the MVP, shouldn't he also be the offensive player of the year? But he's not even on that list. I don't know, I guess maybe Josh Allen is the obvious one there. But I feel like Saquon Barkley should be in the conversation at the very, very least. He's been an absolute beast. And he has been the difference maker for Philly, who I was very critical of their offense last season. Saquon Barkley finishes with 302 total yards. The Eagles now kneeling it out. That's the 9th most yards from scrimmage in a game from a single player in NFL history, and the most by anyone in 9 years. And then the top reply to that tweet is John Mara is going to kill someone. Because, yeah, you know, this Saquon leaves the Giants, and look what he turns into, an absolute monster. The Eagles are going to be a fun team in these playoffs if they can stay healthy, man. 37-20 in favor of Philadelphia. And they serve a defeat to an NFC West team, so I am very grateful for that. Jalen Hurts 15 for 22, 179 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 picks. Stafford 24 for 36, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Niners, Packers. I picked the Packers here. They win the game 38-10. Birdie was not playing this game. I did not realize that at the time of me making my predictions. You have Brandon Allen in at QB. But that's alright. 17 for 29 for Brandon Allen, 199 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Jordan Love 13 for 23, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Christian McCaffrey has quite a quiet game as well. Barely touched the ball even. Just a weird game for the 49ers. Feels like they're, I don't know, that patented Shanahan offense seems to be failing them at the moment. And finally, Ravens, Chargers. I went Chargers there, probably a controversial pick. Baltimore was only a 2.5 point favorite coming into this. You're in Los Angeles, so I was kind of just playing the upset there, but they get a 7-point win. 30-23 is your final score in favor of the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, 16 for 22, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. Justin Herbert, 21 completions and 36 attempts, 218 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. So, that is it. I am low-key grateful that there were so many teams on the bye this week, because I got a lot wrong. There were 13 games. I got 8 correct. So, yeah, I am grateful that I didn't have more opportunities to be wrong, but 8 divided by 13, that's 62%, so I am gonna go down 107 plus 3, 110, 115, 166, 169, 179. So for this season, 115 divided by 179. I'm still at 64%, so thankfully not that many opportunities to be wrong. Kind of saved my skin a little bit there, but anyway guys, thank you all so very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this almost every single day. Till next time, guys.